I wish you could be in the studio, Josie, because the crew are all a-buzzing because they've been very busy over the past few days getting ready for our next guest, who's not actually here.
No, I mean, this is quite incredible. We've had the studio transformed today so that we can welcome the cast of the Whitney Houston hologram tour right here into the studio. But bringing one of the greatest singers of all time, many people think, back to the stage has been quite the feat, as you can imagine. And we're going to find out how it was all done. We're crossing live to Atlanta in the USA to speak to Pat Houston, who is Whitney's sister-in-law and was her manager for 12 years. It's really lovely to talk to you, Pat.
Yeah, we're very excited by all of this, Pat. But what was your involvement in creating what we're about to see?
Well, you know, actually, it started with Whitney about 8 years ago. Actually, February 2011. You know, she spoke about doing a Whitney Unplug in North America for smaller audiences. She wanted the audience to feel her and for her to feel the audience. And she came up with the Unplugged because on her 2010 tour in Europe, she had a segment in the show where she just used about 4 of her band members, and she would come to the front of the stage and performed, and she loved it. So, you know, after her passing, you know, I wanted that dream to be realized, and I had been working on a project with Marty Tudor, and, you know, and when that project didn't work out, we just decided that, you know, we would start with the hologram, and that's why we're here. And it really started with her.
Well, as you say, there's an intimacy to all of this. I mean, you said you would prefer theatre tours, and we're just going to give you a wee preview. Barry, just show the audience what they're going to see in terms of... So there's us, and then the performance will take place over there. Those ladies you see there, they are real. They are not holograms.
She smiled. They're definitely real.
And they are going to be the backing singers. So, Pat, what would you say to, you know, the doubters in all of this? Tell them... Can you tell people how this hologram is created? Because from what we have seen, it looks as though Whitney is really there. How does that look achieved?
Well, you know what? That's really a base hologram question. It's really technology. But what happens is you use a person, you embody a person that can actually have the same movements as Whitney. You know, it's and she has to be near to perfect. And of course, Whitney is matchless, but it takes a long process to make this happen. But they made it happen. But it's basically just finding someone that's closely matched to her as possible.
So that's the body shape and the movements, and then the hologram has her face. Yeah. And so what can people expect, Pat, from this experience when they're at one of these concerts? Do they get the full concert experience? Will they really immerse themselves into this?
You know what? They will. If you are a Whitney fan, I mean, obviously you know she's gone. She has transitioned. But if you're coming to see Whitney Houston, you know, and that's where a lot of the disappointment comes, and everyone would say, oh, no, she doesn't look like Whitney, that's not Whitney. No, she's not. She's a hologram. And if you're coming for a Whitney experience and to feel Whitney's presence, it's the place to be. I mean, the music, let the music play. The music, she's gone, but the music lives on. And this was a way to continue for a continuation of that music. So it's all about the Whitney experience, the wow experience. And if you've never seen her perform before, I mean, the music is there. It is her. And that's the difference between the hologram and tribute shows. You're actually hearing Whitney sing with someone that's embodying her. You know, it's almost the same as going to see a film. You know, you saw Renee Zellweger doing the Judy Garland story. She embodied her perfectly. She doesn't look like her, but her embodiment of her was absolutely amazing. Same as with Angela Bassett with Tina Turner. She embodied her, and you loved her. Denzel Washington with Malcolm X, same thing. They embody these people, and you love what they're doing. Same difference with the hologram. It's just someone that's embodying her, you know, and you're hearing her music.
You've built it up really, really well, Pat, I have to say. So you're there, you're in Atlanta, we're here in London. You're going to hear and see what we're going to hear and see. So we'll come back and talk to you because we want to introduce the British audience to this, because this is live in the studio, except it's not live, but it looks live.
The backing singers are live.
It's from an evening with the Whitney Houston hologram tour. And what you're going to hear is the hologram of Whitney. You're going to see it as well, singing The Greatest Love of All.
That's amazing.
Wow. Don't know what way that came across to you at home, but that was as if she was here.
And actually, as we can see really in detail her face there, and there was one point she almost looked like she was looking at me. Thank you very much, ladies, as well, the backing singers who are live today. Thank you very much.
Well, let's go back to Atlanta and let's talk to Pat Houston, who was Whitney's manager for 12 years or so, and she's also she was Whitney's sister-in-law as well. This world tour, it's kicking off. It is in Sheffield, 25th of February. I'd say you've got a hit in your hands there.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
I'd say you've got a hit on your hands there.
You know what? Sitting here, just listening to her right now, it just brings back great memories, and just reflecting on our conversation and saying that you did it, Sissy. You have something for your fans, and she would totally appreciate it. You know, it's just a very good feeling to know that you have people that will be able to, that haven't seen her before, will be able to experience a Whitney show with her music.
Well, we just
people that are so connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did.
People that are so connected with it.
Yeah, well, we very much connected with it, Pat. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Pat.
They said the Whitney Houston hologram tour kicks off in Sheffield on February the 25th.
Wow.